Today on Ask This Old House.
As you can see, this is what they did with the door.
Yeah, they put a bifold door in.
We're hoping to give it an upgrade.
In Pittsburgh, I'll show you some clever tricks on how to recreate the look of an old door.
Looking for an alternative to long stem red roses? I've got some ideas.
And the paint on this bathroom got damaged by a spray cleaner. I will show you how to repaint it. Just got this tip very close to the ceiling.
Okay.
And it come up very nice and steady hand.
Okay.
For projects around the house, Home Advisor helps find local pros to do the work. You can check ratings, read customer reviews, and book appointments with pros online at homeadvisor.com. Home Advisor is proud to support Ask This Old House.
Hi there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to Ask This Old House, where our team is ready to answer your questions. We've got a stack of them, but keep them coming because we'd love to hear from you.
Assignments?
Yes, mail call boys, gather around. This one is from Pittsburgh, and it's closet doors.
I like Pittsburgh. Closet
I love
doors.
Pittsburgh.
That's you.
My name, Closet.
Carpenter.
And this one right here is not you, Richard. This is Jen. Someone looking for an alternative to cut flowers when giving a gift.
I'm on it,
Can
thanks.
you handle that one right there?
Yeah.
This one here is bathroom.
Bathroom?
And so, yes, but bathroom for Mauro.
Mauro.
People, plumbing, heating questions, please.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
Hi, Tom. Welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yes.
Boy, driving up the street, I noticed you have quite an interesting neighborhood.
Our house was one of the first on the street. It was built in the 1890s by Samuel Harbison, local industrialist, made refractory brick for the steel mills.
Wow.
And he built this so that his family could live here while his mansion was being built, which was being built right up where these 4 split-level homes are now.
Must have been a big house.
Yeah, sure was. Then in the 1950s or so, they knocked the mansion down and built these split-level homes. And then in the 1970s, when steel started to decline here in Pittsburgh, they turned our house into a rental for 2 families. The owners before us turned it back into a single-family home, and then that's what we're trying to carry on today.
Well, it's always interesting what a house can tell you about the history of a neighborhood.
Sure is.
All right, so you wrote me about a problem that you have upstairs with a closet in one of the bedrooms.
I did.
All right, let's take a look.
Sounds good. Here on the second floor, we've got 4 bedrooms, and a problem that we have with each of the bedrooms is this door here. Whenever the place was converted to a 2-family rental, we believe the landlord built and added on these closets. And as you can see, this is what they did with the door.
Yeah, they put a bifold door in. This one actually is in pretty tough shape. You can see the joints are all open, and it drags when you when you open it on the rug. But I guess it did what it was supposed to do, right?
It did, and we're hoping to give it an upgrade. And what we're looking to do is we believe that this door here is original to the house, and we like the style and character of it. We're hoping to do something similar.
Well, I would say this is definitely original to the house. This is a 5-panel raised panel door. Lots of times what we'll do is we'll go to salvage yards and try to find an old door to match, but in some cases that can be a lot of work to make the door fit and clean it all up.
Sure.
But lucky for you, they still make this door today.
That sounds awesome. I mean, what we're trying to do is update the house and, keep the period theme. So if we can get the same style in a new door, we'd be happy with that.
I think we can.
Excellent.
All right, Steve, here's your new door. It's actually a pre-hung 5-panel wood door made of fir, and it matches your other doors pretty good.
Excellent.
Now, whenever I order a door for a house, I always think about the existing height of the door that's in the house, and I want that height to be matched when I order the new door.
Okay.
All right, your door's a 6'6". We ordered a 6'6" door. You wanted the closet door to go into this opening to be a little bit smaller, so we ordered a 30-inch door, and this is pre-hung, as I said, with a jamb already on it.
Okay.
Now we have to make our rough opening. Our rough opening has to accommodate the overall dimension of the door and the jamb, plus a little bit for shimming, so in this case will be 2 to 2.5 inches wider than the door.
Okay.
We also want to make the height of the rough opening a little higher than the door so that we can make sure that it's level. Okay? So the first thing we need to do is enclose our opening to fit that. Okay, our rough opening is now made to fit our door and allowing for shimming. And to do that, we've put 2 full thickness 2x4s, and we ripped the 2x4 1 inch for each side also, bringing the opening down to the size that we need. We've also want to check the side here on the hinge side to see if the rough opening is plumb. And it's off just a little, but it's close enough because we can shim the jamb.
All right.
We want to check the header to see if that's level. If I run the level across here, and that's off just a little bit. To get the height of the jamb and also to allow for the unevenness of the floor, I would have to hold this level down here, put a line up there and a line down there, and then measure down from that. But what I like to do is take my level and randomly place it on the opening so I can see it right here at eye level. With my level, I take my pencil and I put a reference line here and another reference line on this side. Okay. Now I can measure up from that line, and we have 19 5/8. So now if I hold it on this side, I have 19 15/16. So that tells me that the header on this side is about 5/16 of an inch higher.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to take this measurement, which is 19 5/8, and I'm going to transfer it from the top of the jamb down to the jamb on the door. All right, 19 5/8 on this side, and I'm going to do 19 5/8 on this side. So now I have a level line here in relationship to the level line on the wall.
Okay.
And I have a space at the top, so when I put this into the opening, I won't have anything hanging down blocking it from going in.
Okay.
Right? Next thing I need to do is take from our reference lines and measure down to the floor to get the length or the height of the jamb on this side, and that's 60 3/8. We'll do the same thing on this side and measure up to our mark, which is 61 1/8. I'm going to transfer those measurements to this side from our reference line. I'm going to measure down. Let's see what we have on this side. Oh, 61 1/8. So we don't have to cut anything on that side. That's perfect.
Okay.
So now if I take my tape measure and I hook it on the bottom of the jamb on this side of the door, I measure up, I have 61 1/8, which is the same that's on the other side of the door.
Okay.
But I need to slide my tape measure up to 60 3/8. Now you can see that I have to take something off the bottom of the jamb on this side, and that's 3/4 of an inch. Once I make that cut, I'm going to measure up from the bottom of the jamb on this side about 1 inch up. That tells me how much I have to take off the whole door, and we have to allow for the carpet so the door will swing.
Gotcha.
All right, Steve, let's put it into the opening. Try to get it right down onto the hardwood floor there.
Okay.
Good?
Yes.
All right, let's make sure there's no rug underneath it. And look at my line. Okay, that's pretty good there. And how are we doing on this side? It's good there. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to have you hold the level across the wall like that.
Okay.
Because what we want is we want the outside edge of the jamb to be flush with the wall. So when you put your casing on here, it will lay flat. It won't be pitched either way.
Got it.
All right, so that's good. Now take it and put it up top here, just above the hinge. And we hold that tight. All right, so now I want to take some shims to put in the opening, and I want the shims to be parallel with the 2x and the back side of the jamb. And to do that, I take the shim that's tapered and put one on top this way. Now there's 2 that way, and I'll put 2 this way. So now the stack is even in thickness no matter where I put them.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to take them, I'm going to spread them apart a little bit to make that gap narrow. Slide it in, push hard against the shim, look at my space. It looks about the same on each side. I actually want to make this a little tighter, so I'm going to pull this apart a little bit. That allows the jamb to go that way. I also want to make sure that the jamb is against the level on this side. Next, I want to pre-drill a hole for my screw. So now the jamb is tight against the shims, and the jamb is also flush with the wall. So you can remove that level.
Okay.
And I'll take it right here. I'm going to place it up against the jamb and see if it's plumb. You can see that it has to come out just a little bit on the bottom to make the level plumb. You see the gap between the bottom of the level and the casing? That's how far out it has to come. Okay, so now I'm going to take a shim on this side and a shim on this side and slowly push it in until the jamb comes out to be plumb. All right, Steve, you want to grab that door and we'll rehang it in the opening. All right, let's check the door, see how it swings. That's good, doesn't hit the floor.
Awesome.
Now, next thing I want to do is look at my gap up there. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to set this side. Okay, so now I've started the shims in here, but if you notice in the middle, the gap right here is wider than it is at the top right here.
Yep.
I want to keep that parallel all the way down. It's about right at the bottom. Now I want to push this over, so I'm going to slide the shims together, pushing the jamb over. Keep pushing it over till it looks parallel all the way down, which is about there. All right, Steve, your door is hung, and now we have to start thinking about the hardware.
Okay.
You've got some great old hardware on these doors. You have a full mortise right here. You have an escutcheon plate that's rectangle with an egg and dart detail on it. A great knob. Now, we could go to a salvage yard and try to find some hardware to match, and you might luck out.
Okay.
But you also may find some hardware that you may have to diddle with a little to make it work.
Sure.
Okay?
Makes sense.
What I did is I actually found some reproduction hardware that looks very similar to what you have, and it's off the shelf. If you look, it has a rectangular escutcheon plate. It has a beveled edge and not the egg and dart detail. And the knob is also very similar, like that.
We like the look of that, so we'll go with this.
Okay, so let's put it on the door.
Excellent.
All right, Steve, your new closet door is in to match all the other ones. We've installed the hardware so you can use it, but when you're ready to paint it, I would remove the hardware.
Very good.
You told me that you wanted to install the casing. Now, you can put a filler here if you need it, but I know your casing's wide enough to cover that gap.
Okay.
I understand you have a few doors that you have to hang, and I think you can handle it. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
All right. Well, if you get stuck, you know how to reach me.
Well, thanks for coming to Pittsburgh.
My pleasure.
Jen, it's that time of year again, and I got my wife a dozen roses.
Wow. Why would you do that? I mean,
It's Valentine's Day, right? Is that a bad idea?
well, did you know that 198 million roses are grown for Valentine's Day?
Not that original, is it?
I'm just saying you could get a little more creative.
All right, well, we'll get rid of those. What do you got?
All right, I'm thinking container plants, something that's gonna last a little longer. The roses are gonna die within a week or two, right?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at something like this. This is a rosemary plant. You could put it right on your windowsill in the sunlight. Use it for cooking. Think edibles, so
Looks
that's
good.
something cool.
I must confess, my wife actually does not like roses. She likes things like this that will last a long time and are
It's
practical.
functional, right?
So
Practical,
this is
functional.
very practical, and that is very beautiful.
So, okay, so now we have the succulents, and we have many different kinds, all similar succulents, but different pots.
Right.
So different applications. This one's in a terracotta pot with a little cactus in the middle.
Nice, beautiful splash of color.
This one is a ceramic pot, really, really beautiful and simple maintenance. Just maybe water once a week.
Kind of bulletproof, right?
Yeah.
They don't need a lot of attention.
Yep, and this one's definitely a little bit different. It's like more of an architectural piece. You could have it as a centerpiece on your table. Put some candles on it on occasion. So
Good option.
Definitely a
This
funky-
little one down here.
this one is an air plant. How unique is that? So it is not potted. it gets its moisture from the air. So I'm from Florida. I would see these growing on trees everywhere.
So just hanging there.
Yeah, there's like a symbiotic relationship with the tree.
My son's got one hanging in his room, and it's virtually indestructible. I mean, he completely ignores it. I mean, just a little spritz of water.
Right, just a spritz, or just if there's moisture in the air, it's going to grab from the air.
Nice.
So that is the only caretaking for that. This one, you could go with the terrarium. It's a little closed ecosystem of many different types of plants. Put it in the sunlight, and the respiration, the plants will get watered from the condensation on the wall.
They literally water themselves.
Yes.
So long as it has light, it is good to go.
Yeah, this is its own little ecosystem.
That's
in
pretty
here.
cool. Cool
Yeah.
little jar too. And then of
then-
course the orchids, which are just, I mean, they're amazing.
Tried and true. I mean, the structure of this flower is so beautiful, and it's so simple. Here's 3 different applications. Just a simple pot here.
Yeah.
And then you could go with a more decorative pot like this one, or you could go full blown and get an architectural piece. I mean, look at the texture on this pot. And then inside of it, branches from a pear tree are used, so as an architectural element, but also to stake up the orchids. So, I mean, that's a timeless centerpiece.
All right. No more roses this year. I'm going to
Please,
get
just
creative.
give it a little try. She'll
Will
be
do.
so happy.
I always get in trouble on this holiday. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Jeff.
Mauro,
Nice to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Okay.
Come on in.
Hey, I heard you had some problems with your bathroom. up there.
We do. I'm glad you're here.
All right, let's take a look and see what's going on up there.
All right, Mauro. So this is the master bedroom right here,
Good looking room, yes.
and the master bathroom is here. And the problem is we had some mildew up here above the shower, but we sprayed some cleaner on, and we got this. It didn't go so well.
Really? Did you spray direct on the walls?
We sprayed the cleaner right on the wall.
Okay, those cleaners are meant for really for hard surfaces. I would say tile or floors or even the tub.
Yeah.
It's not recommended for you to spray directly into the walls. And bathrooms are notorious for create moisture. And then one important thing to keep your eye on is this guy here, the fan. Those fans should stay on for each shower for at least 25 to 30 minutes. They will suck up the moisture and you avoid the problems with mildew.
Okay.
Oh, unfortunately, there's not much we can do to fix that. We're gonna have to paint this whole bathroom again. Maybe a different color will help.
Oh, that's great. Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it. Since you were only painting the walls, let's tape the tile around the room. The longer the piece, the better, Jeff.
Okay.
Now let's prep the walls. We'll get started by lightly sanding with 220 grade sandpaper. Try not to miss any spots, all right? Just bigger, a little bigger. Then we clean up the walls with a vacuum, and we're gonna use a damp rag to make sure we get rid of all the dust. Okay, Jeff, this is the paint I chosen for this bathroom. This paint is designed for areas with poor ventilation. It has antimicrobial in it that will keep the moisture and will keep the mildew out of this bathroom. Just got this tip very close to the ceiling.
Okay.
And you come up very nice and easy. Steady hands.
Okay.
There we go. Yep. This color is called gray shimmer, and we're gonna use an eggshell finish.
Do you typically use an eggshell finish for a bathroom?
Absolutely. Eggshell is a perfect fit for bathroom walls, easy to clean, and repels the moisture out. We start by cutting with the brushes, and then we roll it. And see the lines?
Yeah.
Just smooth out the lines. Just go nice and easy, so
Okay,
you don't
starting
see.
here?
Yes. Well, Jeff, first coat is completely done. We should come back in about an hour and a half, and we're going to put the second and final coat on this bathroom walls.
Sounds good.
For the second coat, we don't need to be so precise. I'm going to start the cutting with the brush again, and you follow me with the roller. Jeff, notice that the second coat, the paint looks lighter, right?
A little bit.
Okay, as it dry, it's gonna look exactly like we see here. It's gonna dark it up by itself.
Okay.
Looks good, good. Well, Jeff, bathroom, it looks great. That mildew spot has gone away. We use a good quality paint that has antimicrobial in it. You shouldn't have any problem with the mildew in this bathroom for a long time. But just in case if you have some, don't spray direct on the walls.
Okay.
Just get a little container and with the water, a couple drops of bleach, and with a damp rag, just wipe gentle and the mildew will go away.
Okay.
All right? Bathroom looks fantastic.
I think it's great.
All right, so you learned a couple good tips today. Maybe this bedroom, after all the techniques that you learned, will be the next.
I think I might have the confidence to try it now after what I learned today.
Sounds good. I liked it. I think you're going to do well.
One thing, what color would you recommend though for the bedroom?
I would go one shade darker from the bathroom. It's good. It's going to do really well in this bedroom.
Okay.
All right.
I think I'll give it a try.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Mauro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Bleach. I don't think people realize how strong straight bleach is.
That's right. You see the results there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they shouldn't do it.
Cut it.
Cut it out.
Gotcha. All right. So this idea, I mean, I know it's subjective. What color should I paint my room? You must get that all the time. But your suggestion of paint that room sort of a shade darker than the bedroom, what's the thought process behind
Well,
that?
those two rooms, they're so connected, you know, and that door stays open most of the times.
You can see one from the other from the first one.
Absolutely. If you complement like a little dark shade on the bedroom walls,
Yeah.
it will be a nice, very good transition from the bathroom to the bedroom, from the bedroom to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You don't have that feeling in going to the next room and see that orange color on the walls.
Right. You know why this is so hard for people?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's because I'm colorblind. But for most people, it's hard because this. I mean, this is insane. Look at all these choices.
This is crazy.
This is so many.
Pick a
And
color there.
Well, I mean, I get the idea that if one room is this might be a shade off of it, and that might work together well, but you got to go through all that.
I know that, but this comes handy. All the paint manufacturers, they put in those charts with the most popular colors, and it's very easy to like one of those colors and pick one of those colors from that.
So these are the cool kids here.
Absolutely. Look at those colors. They look great.
Good. All right, Mauro, thank you for that information. All right, if you've got questions for us, we'd love to hear from you because we have got the answers. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Connor
And I'm Mauro Henrique.
for Ask This Old House.
Pick a color.
It's all beige to me, man. Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.